Percent yield is what you receive divided by what you expect times 100 if you don't understand with percentages. That's what percent yield is. And in the case of this little movie here, you will see that this guy is he is trying to get his stuck candy out, right? His candy's stuck in that machine, and what he wants to do is get it out. So currently, the reason he's so upset is because he has his percent yield is currently zero. So he was expecting, he received nothing, and he was expecting one of the candies to fall out. So his percent yield right now is zero, and that's why he's so upset. However, as you can see here, as it goes on, I'm going to need to turn this down because he's yelling in my ear. All right. He's trying to get that candy there. And you will see after a few more kicks, trying to get that out, that there's this kind gentleman right here who just says, "What's going on?" And he looks, he's like, "Look, I think I got some money. Let me get this guy to calm down." He gives him some money. And then the guy is beside himself with joy because, look, he wipes a tear off his eye. He's so happy he's finally going to be able to get the candy he wants, which is right there again. He's making sure he has enough money. And then when he puts the money into the machine, he's now expecting, in theory, he's supposed to have two. Um, he's expecting now two candies. So his expected went from one to two. And as we see here, when the expected candy, no, he hits the button. It takes him a second time because he's so excited. But watch here. Here's the thing right here. And when he hits it, that one falls, but the next one gets stuck and he can't believe it. And the reason he's upset again is because his percent yield is still not where he wants it. He's now gotten one out of the two he expected, which is 50%, but that's not enough for him. So he's going to go back to work here and start kicking the machine some. And when he kicks the machine, you'll see right there that the one falls, and now he's got two. So the whole point of that was that, I guess I can toggle that now. All right. He was trying to get his yield better. And by at first kicking the machine, it didn't help. He still had the zero. When the guy gave him some extra money, he was hoping to get two now, but only one fell out, which was 50%. And then by kicking it some more, he was able to get the full 100% yield. All right. This sort of shows you why you're kind of concerned with this. So platinum chloride, because it has platinum in it, it costs $1,000. If you have 5 grams of platinum chloride, that costs you $1,000. So 5.00 grams of platinum chloride. And that's a lot of money. And you want to get this platinum out of it. So you're trying to get out of it this platinum here. So we're going to convert platinum chloride. Oops. Switch back to blue. So we got to turn this platinum chloride grams into moles of platinum chloride. And that will come from the periodic table. So the periodic table will tell us that one platinum is 195, and then chlorine is 35.5 times 2. So that comes out to be 266 grams in 1 mole. That's a 266. So that comes from the periodic table. That gets us to moles, and now we can use moles of platinum chloride to get to moles of platinum. And here's where we're changing colors, and the changing colors happens from the balanced equation. So we're going to use the one that's understood in front of that platinum chloride and the one from that platinum. So we're going to switch like that. That gets us to moles. We got to go all the way to grams because our given here is 2.35 grams. That's what we got in lab. So we got to get this moles of platinum to grams. So we're going to go from 1 mole of platinum to, on the periodic table, you're going to see that's 195 grams. So this comes from the periodic table as well. And this one came from the balanced equation. So if you think about that highway, right, we started with grams of one substance. We converted that substance to moles using the periodic table. Then we went from moles of one substance to moles of another substance using the balanced equation. And then we had to use the periodic table again to get that moles into grams. And that's exactly what we've done here. Well, it's what we did here too, right? We got this from the periodic table. We got this from the balanced equation. And we got this from the periodic table. Same thing happened here. We got this from the periodic table. We got the next step from the balanced equation. And then the last step we got from the periodic table. So when you multiply 5 times 195 and divide by 266, you get 3.66 grams of platinum. So that's what you would expect, right? This is calculated. So our percent yield is the got over expected, right? So what we expected is what we calculated. So that's the 3.66 grams. What we got is right here in the equation is 2.35 in the question, rather. The question tells us 2.35 grams is what we recovered. And when you divide those two, don't ask me why that's happening, you get 0.64 or 64%. So 64% of what you started with is what you got, which means 64% of that $1,000 is what you recovered, which is not a great yield. And that's why this is important. You're trying to figure out what your yield is. And yield in this case is talking about the yield in a it's talking about the yield as in like the money that you get as opposed to the yield of a car when you're going to let someone else get in front of you.